Hi everyone, welcome back to JPWHUTV. My name is John, your host as always. I hope you're all keeping well. This video is sponsored by 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home kit and 1980 FA Cup final kit that have inspired next season's kits. I got an email today confirming they were on their way. Next season's kits are on the way, so look out. There's going to be a opening video coming up very, very shortly. There's also Umbro and Admiral track jackets, t-shirts, sweatshirts and polo shirts on that section as well, so go check those out. Any purchases that you make through the website will go directly to help fund this channel. There is no increase in price, I just get a small commission on top of it, so thank you very much for any purchases that you may be making. You will be helping me out a lot when it comes to this channel and those purchases, of course. Today's video is just a quick roundup. I know I did a roundup video on Sunday for you guys, but I just want to do another one because there's been quite a few stories that have come out the last few days and something that I want to touch base on. Now, for those who follow me on Twitter, by the way, you can follow me and tweet me at JPWHUTV on Twitter. I did run a poll yesterday, and thank you very much to Hammers Polls that retweeted that. Got a lot more answers on there than it would normally do because of the limited amount of followers I've got on my Twitter account. So thank you very much, Hammers Polls. Really appreciate it. I basically put a tweet up asking you guys, out of the 3 Premier League players that we are linked with for the midfield positions, which are basically John Joe Shelvey, Isaac Hayden, and Zakarian, I think you pronounce that, Shaqiri. It shows that 60%, and not at all surprised that you guys voted that way at all, 60% of the vote went to Shaqiri, which, as I say, is not surprising. He's one of the most technical and fastest midfielders out there in comparison to the other two. So, but the links about Isaac Hayden coming to West Ham, the rumours are getting stronger and stronger because it's going on, it's dragging on. But we'll see what happens with that. But either way, I do think he is a talented midfielder. I really do. If he came, I wouldn't be unhappy. But Andre Gomez would be better. It really, really would be better. Now, there was a report that came out to say that we've increased the bid, as I said on Sunday, but there doesn't seem to be anything since then. So it looks like we're turning our attentions again to Mariapan, the centre-back at Alvarez, now that Lucas Perez has signed for Alvarez a couple of days ago. Now, apparently, as it's been rumoured and it's been told by Hammers Chat, which, as we all know, they are quite a reliable source of information, because Gio speaks to X quite a lot, that the reason why the Perez deal took a couple of days to go through was because apparently, even though Maripan is a completely separate bargaining tool, it's going to be a completely separate deal, it was part of the deal in itself that it's all right, okay, you give us Perez, I'll give you Perez, and you make sure that we get priority on Maripan by the sounds of things. So, again, very good idea to bring in another centre-back because we've got 2.5. You know, as I said in the previous video, we've only got Ogbonna as reserves because we can't really rely on him too much. And also, likewise, Winston Reid has been given another season to prove himself, or at least the pre-season to prove himself one final time because of his injury problem. You know, we haven't seen him since March last year, and you know, I love him to bits, but you can't help what the situation is, unfortunately. Maxi Gomez could be on the table again because apparently the club have actually been asked by his own club to put another bid in. Now, maybe that's to do a transfer embargo, possibly, sorry, a transfer war, maybe to who's going to get the more money out of for it, who knows. But we've got 9.5 weeks until the start of the season, so we've got plenty of time for any deals to go through. And as a result, guys, if anyone's watching this, please calm down. Social media is going into meltdown. We're only about, what, 3 weeks into the transfer window. It's getting pathetic. It really is getting pathetic. Seeing some people absolutely losing their shit over stuff that just doesn't matter. I keep saying it all the time, but guys, calm down. We have got plenty of time. Dan Lawless on West Ham Fan TV said the same thing. We have got plenty of time, so relax. then just don't get sucked into the media, social media, newspapers, Sky Sports bubble that we're all getting sucked into at the moment. Just take a few moments out, think about it, and just go. We've got over 2 months. We've got 2.5 months still to go until the window. 9 weeks. So yeah, so basically a week. So week 2 months and a week and a half until the window closes. So guys, just chill out. Seriously, calm down. There is good news because apparently we have put in a 17 million bid for 26-year-old Konstantinos Fortionis. I think you pronounced that. He can play attacking midfielder. He can play second striker. He can play left wing, right wing, and centre forward as well. He's had 196 appearances for Olympiacos Piraeus so far, scoring 67 goals and has had 60 assists with 20 yellow cards in those amount of games. So that's quite an interesting one. I don't know anything about this guy, but you know his scoring record's not that brilliant. But it's a West Ham scoring record. It is. It's a completely West Ham scoring record. I don't know what options he's got with midfield at Olympiacos, but you know it's just that's the sort of striker I think I would at least like us to be linked to. Not necessarily putting proper bids in, but it's the start. As I say, we've got nine, just over 9 weeks, 9.5 weeks to the end of the start of the season, and the window closes a couple of days before that. So basically, for argument's sake, we've got just over 9 weeks. So there's lots of time, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if he came in. I wouldn't be at all surprised. One thing I am surprised at is that we're being linked with Sturridge again, just purely because he's leaving on a free, and that rumour's been going around for weeks and weeks and weeks. Not if in actual fact, it's been going around for years. Every single time the transfer window, oh, Daniel Sturridge could be going to West Ham, blah blah blah, not wanted by Liverpool, blah blah blah. Who cares? I don't want to get sucked into that. Fenerbahce, this is the funniest thing I've read for a while. Fenerbahce are apparently interested in Lanzini, but there's no official bid according to Claret and Hugh. So therefore, what level of interest is there? I really don't understand why this rumour is doing the rounds, because it could be the fact of, yeah, the Fenerbahce people weren't right. What midfielders do we need? Oh, Lanzini's a good one. Let's do some research on him. That could be it. All could be. It could be a lot more solid than that, but there has been confirmation that there's been no official bid for him or any interest or approach for that matter. So again, just take this with a pinch of salt and don't lose your shit about it. Bilic, former manager Bilic is odds-on favourite to get the West Brom job. And to be honest, I wouldn't be at all surprised if that happened. Because being down in the Championship, we will see once and for all if he has the guts to do it in English football. Yes, okay, you know there's unmitigated circumstances to a degree, Tim. Before you say anything about his appointment at West Ham, and more specifically his 2.5 years that he had with us, but it's just the best way for him to be taught. Everybody says the best way to do it is do it in the lower leagues and see if you can do it then. Jumping straight into a Premier League side is not the best of ideas. It didn't work for Zola. It didn't work for Bilic. You just need to relax and just climb your way up. The same way that Derby appointed Frank Lampard. You know, very good idea. 100% brilliant idea for him, because again, just find your trade, see if you're good enough. Steven Gerrard over in Scotland, again, nowhere near the calibre of the English Premier League. No disrespect to the SPL, but it's nowhere near as good as the EFL. So again, which is basically like the equivalent of League One, or at least slightly mediocre Championship. So again, very good idea for him to do that. But if Bilic is appointed at West Brom, there have been links that apparently he could be bringing in Sam Byram even, and Marcus Brown. But again, it's just all hearsay at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. There's also talk about him being linked with James Collins as well, who's currently out of contract. So if Bilic does get the West Brom, and as I say, it is a big if at this point, then get the West Brom job, then okay, fair enough. Good luck to him. I honestly mean it. Good luck to him, because I'm a big supporter of Bilic. Yes, he he wasn't exactly backed, but what manager has been the last 10, 15 or 20 years for that matter? Okay, so the next story I want to talk about is Pellegrini has said he doesn't want to bid any more than €7 million for Gary Medel, or Medel, however you pronounce it. And he basically, there's also stories that come out that say that he's been told to find another club himself. So they're obviously keen to get rid of him, and as a result, Pellegrini thinks €7 million is enough to bring him in. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with this. I mean, we obviously know the Gary Medel story back in January that didn't happen because of what the situation with Arnie was in the January. But at the same point, talking of which, it's now being rumoured that the new Inter head coach Antonio Conte is interested, and I mean interested. Again, we don't know the level of what the interest is because it doesn't appear that there's been any formal approach or discussions or anything, at least at this stage, to bring in an Arnautovic. Now, there was rumours a few days ago that there was a £30 million bid put in, but there's nothing substantiated. It's only, again, being reported in a foreign newspaper that doesn't seem to be all that substantiated with in terms of truth and anything reliable, basically. Let's put it that way. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there, and it'll be interesting to see what his snothead of a brother says in the next few weeks as well. You know, maybe is he going to start coming out with all the crap that he was coming out in January? If this rumour is true and Arnautovic is sold to Inter, this would be a little bit more ambitious than going to the Chinese Super League, as was reported in January. And I say a bit more ambitious because they are a team that are trying to push for a decent European place, the same way that we're trying to do, but just failing at them miserably at the moment. So he's better off staying where he is, unless we find an absolutely blinding centre forward that we can just bring in and get rid of him as quickly as possible. But we'll see from that side of things. So guys, thank you very much for your time. Let me know your thoughts, as always, in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the look of this video as well, because I literally got some new lighting system delivered today. Do you see any difference? Do you think it looks any better? I'm hoping to be able to try and experiment with using green screen now I've got these new lights, because I'm hoping with the new light combination I should be able to get it looking a little bit better, but time will tell. So anyway, guys, if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for your time and welcome, of course. If you like what I'm talking about, and if you'd like to hear from me again, including the podcast that's coming up at 8 o'clock on Friday night, I'm very, very honoured to say that Gio from Hammers Chat has agreed to come on the channel, and we're going to talk about all things West Ham. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to be notified about that, then the best way to do it is to click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so the notification comes up to say when the announcement goes out to say when we are going to be going live. As always, guys, please put your comments in the comment section below. Talk to me about any signings. If there's anybody I've missed out that you want me to do a video on, by all means put your comments down below. If you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means please click the like button, and also share this content with anybody that you feel may want to watch it. Guys, the subscriber count is at 710, and this time literally last year, no word of a lie, the day this video was being filmed, the channel was at 50 subscribers. So over the last 12 months, you guys have been superb. You've supported me through the hard times, you've supported me through the good times, but the good times are only yet to come as well. There's going to be a lot better content coming out soon as well. And as I say, I'm really loving doing these podcasts. I'm absolutely buzzing to bring Gio on from Hammers Chat. There are some other people that I'm in conversation about bringing in as well, so keep an eye out for those. Those will be very, very good in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, guys, thank you very much for your time. As I said, if there's anybody that you want me to talk about, drop your comments in the comment section below. I'll do a bit of research on them, and I'm more than happy to talk to them about it. By all means, go out and check out my recent reaction videos as well, where I react to Andy Carroll leaving, and also David Allen being appointed third goalkeeper. So in the meantime, guys, and I keep saying it, but you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very, very soon.